So one of the biggest lies ever told to the entire world is that the planet Earth is shooting through endless space at 67,000 miles per hour. And we're told that when we're shooting through space, that the Earth is also orbiting the sun at the same time. And you can go on NASA's website and some of these science websites, and you'll see that that's the lie that they're trying to tell us. So the first thing I want to show here is this hypersonic sled, and this is in New Mexico, just to give you guys an idea how fast that is. So this sled travels at 6,500 miles an hour, which is 1/10 the speed of which we're told we're flying through space. So let's take a look at this real quick, and then I'll do some commentary on it. Okay, so you guys saw that, how fast that was, and even when they slowed it down to 1/4 speed, you couldn't even see it. The camera couldn't even pick it up. And we're told that we're shooting through space 10 times faster than that. We can't see it, we can't feel it, and we can't experience it in any way, shape, or form, yet we're supposed to believe that. But in reality, we see things like this on the Earth that are totally motionless. So what you're seeing in this animation here is what's called the heliocentric model. And what we're told is that the Earth and all the other planets in our solar system are shooting through space while orbiting around the sun at the same time. So the first question is if we're shooting through space that fast, how could we look up in the sky and see the stars sitting motionless, or the moon sitting motionless, or the sun sitting motionless, or the clouds? If we were shooting through space at 67,000 miles an hour, all those things would whip by in a split second. So the next thing I want to show is this computer graphic that shows 1 hour of live flights between the United States and Russia. And look at all these airplanes, guys. So if the Earth was shooting through space, just think back about that sled, how fast that was going, 10 times faster than that, how would all of these planes be able to follow a trajectory from point A to point B? Okay, the average plane flies at 600 miles an hour. So if it left the ground, if it left the Earth, and the Earth is traveling 67,000 miles an hour, how would the plane be able to catch back up to the Earth? Okay, it's impossible. It's not even close to being believable. Think about how fast that sled was moving. So this is a perfect example of how easily society is brainwashed. We're told this when we're a little kid in first grade, that the Earth is shooting through space and no one questions it. Okay, think about how ridiculous of a lie this is. You would see the sun, the moon, the stars, and the clouds shooting past you in a split second. If a commercial airline is traveling from point A to point B, it has to have a fixed location that's not moving to be able to land on it. Look at this heliocentric model. How would an airplane be able to take off and land back on the runway if it was shooting through space 67,000 miles per hour? And just to give you guys an idea, a bullet out of a gun travels at 1,700 miles an hour. So 67,000 miles an hour is 40 times faster than a speeding bullet. If the Earth was traveling that fast, how could you go up into a hot air balloon and then land back down in the same spot? You would go up in the air and you would be in outer space. Unless you believe that the balloon is traveling at 67,000 miles an hour as well. And if you believe that, you seriously need to wake up. So here's the last thing I want to show you. This is a close-up of the sun using a Nikon 1000 camera lens. And you can clearly see that the sun is not shooting through space like they showed in that heliocentric model. It's barely even moving. And it's not 93 million miles away. That's another lie, but I'll put that in another video. You can see how it's nestled within the clouds. Unless the clouds are 93 million miles away, which they're not. So in closing, let's take a look at these Bible verses. Whenever you need the truth about something, just look in the Bible. Just ignore the naysayers where they say the Bible contradicts itself and it doesn't make sense. Just look in the Bible and you'll find the answers. Besides all the proof that I just showed you, the Bible clearly states that the earth is fixed and it cannot be moved. I'm not going to read all of these. Let's take a look at Chronicles. It says the earth is set firmly in place and cannot be moved. And then Isaiah 45:18, it says, "Who made the earth and fashioned it, and himself fixed it fast." So again, guys, this is just about the biggest lie ever told to the human race. 99 out of 100 people that you talk to actually believe this, that we're shooting through space at 67,000 miles per hour. We don't see it, we don't feel it, and the reason we don't fly off the earth is because of some magical force called gravity. Okay, which is another lie, but I'll do another video on that later. And again, this is probably the best example of social conditioning and brainwashing. They tell you this when you're a child, you don't question it, and you actually believe it. Where it's not even close to being believable, and it makes zero sense. If you believe in this nonsense, like the Big Bang Theory and that human beings come from monkeys, you are definitely being deceived and you need to wake up. If man came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? And one of the latest things they're telling us now is that all life on the planet came from something called primordial slime. So somehow they're able to look back billions and billions of years ago and conclude that everything on this earth comes from slime. All right? So you guys have to know how ridiculous all of this stuff is. So if you believe in all this science nonsense, you're definitely being deceived.